With profound humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 2 of 4.
Etc.
We are only able to see that portion of the wisdom and benefits that derive from our actions. God, however, knows the total advantage of that deed and what fruits it will bear. Please continue watching for more teachings by Rumi, vegetarian, the venerated enlightened Sufi master and poet.
Vegan. Earn respect even from children.
Meerkats are naturally curious animals. Scientists and filmmakers have been studying the animals for nearly 2 decades, which means they are perfectly comfortable with being photographed. Some would even say they get a little too comfortable around us. Like these meerkats, who not only came incredibly close to these 2 wildlife cameramen, but even took some mid-afternoon shade just under their buttocks. Or this meerkat, who climbed onto a cameraman's head and used him as a tall lookout post to scan for potential predators and look out for its young.
Marhaba, joyous viewers! Marhaba is hello in Arabic, the official language of Syria. I am Jamal. The hope-filled Syrians feel blessed to be in Allah's presence every day. Let us all adhere to the ancient and noble precept of "Thou shalt not kill" by being compassionate vegans in order to be closer to the divine. Welcome to From Rumi's Fihi, Discourses 53, 54, and 57, Part 2 of 2 on Words of Wisdom. Maulana Jalaluddin Muhammad Balkhi Rumi, vegetarian, known simply as Maulana in Persian and around the world as Rumi, was a poetic genius, a theologian, and an enlightened master who graced our planet 8 centuries ago. The deep and diverse influence of his legacy remains and continues to awaken the hearts of many, transcending all cultural boundaries. His prolific work has been translated into many languages. The venerated master Rumi was heir to the rich literary and cultural heritage of Persia or ancient Iran and composed his great mystical poems in the Persian language. He was born in the city of Balkh, which was part of the Persian Empire that is today found in Afghanistan. He lived and worked for most of his life under the Seljuk Empire, passing from this world in the city of Konya, which is in present-day Turkey. Fihi, which translates to "It is what it is Rumi's most famous prose work. It is a collection of 71 discourses on various topics related to daily living. As with all his other works, it offers his great wisdom and insights.
Peace is happening around our world.
There are many countries who have taken actions to promote peace and foster amity among peoples and governments. The following is one of them. etc.
October 2023, China and India agreed to keep the peace in the disputed Himalayan border region between the two nations. By creating peace, we all can make a loving, serene, and prosperous world.
Let us continue with Rumi's teachings from the Fihi Discourses 54 and 57. Discourse 54. We perform every effort of ours, whether good or evil, according to our own plans and purpose, but the wisdom of that deed is not limited to our intentions. We are only able to see that portion of the wisdom and benefits that derive from our actions. God, however, knows the total advantage of that deed and what fruits it will bear. For instance, you pray to gain rewards in the next world and to acquire a good name and safety in the present. But the help derived from prayer is not limited to that. It also bestows 100,000 advantages you will never understand. Only God, who gives rise to your prayer, knows those advantages. We are like a bow in the grip of God's hand. God sends us out upon various tasks. In reality, God is the agent, not the bow. The bow is merely an instrument, unaware and unconscious of God, so that the world's apparent order can be maintained. Mighty indeed is the bow that becomes aware of the bowman's hand. What can you say about a world whose perpetuation and order rests on heedlessness? Don't you see how the people who are awakened become indifferent to this world? Through childhood, people grow and gain strength from negligence and play. How else can they ever have grown up to become men and women? Therefore, God puts us through pains and labors to wash away those acts of negligence and make us clean. Only then are we able to become aware of the other world. The human being is like a dunghill, a heap of manure. If this manure heap is precious, it is because hidden in it is the seal ring of the king. You are like a sack of corn. The king cries out, "Where are you carrying that corn? My cup is in it." People are unaware of the cup being absorbed in the corn. If they knew of the cup, how could the corn distract them? Now, every thought that draws you toward the other world, making you cold and indifferent to this lower world, is a reflection of that cup flashing out. When men and women yearn after this lower world, however, this is a sign that the cup has become hidden in the heap.
The most powerful daily prayer for any time and before meditation, which is the order from God, and Supreme Master Ching Hai shares with us by His blessed grace.
We humbly worship, praise, thank, obey, and love God Almighty, the Most High, the greatest, for world vegan, world peace, and our soul liberation. We thank, love, praise the only Son of God, who is the ultimate Master for our salvation. We follow the teaching of all the saints and sages. We thank, love, and praise them, who are the representatives of God for our spiritual elevation.
Discourse 57. Akmal al-Din said, I love our master and desire to see him. Even heaven is blotted out of my mind. I find comfort in his image without the need for any discourses or lofty ideas. I rest in his beauty. Pleasure comes to me from his very mien, even from a mental picture of him. Rumi answered, although heaven and God do not enter your thoughts, still they are implicit in love. A beautiful dancing girl was once playing the castanets in the presence of the Caliph. The Caliph said, your art is in your hands. She replied, no, in my feet, great Caliph. Excellence appears in my hands only because they have captured the excellence of my feet. Although you do not remember heaven in every detail, still your delight in seeing the Sheikh and your fear of being separated from him contain all those details. All of heaven is captured in that image. A family cherishes and loves each other if thoughts of their care and fidelity, compassion and fondness, and all the other benefits that kinsmen look for from kinsmen, if these thoughts do not enter their minds, still all these details are implicit. In the same way, air is implicit in wood. Whether that wood is buried in earth or drenched in water. Without air in wood, fire could have no effect upon it, for air is the fuel of fire, the life of fire. Have you not seen how a breath of air puts life into fire? Whether wood is in water or earth, still air is latent in it. If air were not latent, wood could never rise to the surface of water. It is the same with the words you speak. Many things are contained in those words, such as intelligence and thoughts, lips and mouth, throat and tongue, as well as the elements and temperaments, the influence of the stars, and the 100,000 secondary causes upon which the world depends. On and on you can continue until you come to the world of attributes, and then essence. Although none of these realities are put into words, yet all is implicit in your words. Everyday undesirable and painful experiences happen to us without our free will. Certainly, these things contain implicit messages in them beyond our creation. We are under the control of someone beyond, someone that watches over. With many, an evil act brings pain. But despite these unwanted experiences, our nature does not want to accept the thought that we are under the control of another. Divinity, which is the opposite of servanthood, is given to us on loan. We can be beaten over the head. Still, we won't let go of our borrowed stubbornness. We forget about our unwanted experiences, and we cannot hear their message. Until that borrowed divinity becomes our own, we will not escape from being slapped. For more information, please visit rumisite.com.
Becoming vegan is the best decision I've ever made. Aligning my ethics and actions is really important to me. And better yet, I haven't had to sacrifice my physique goals at all. Dr. Leah Coots, PhD, vegan.
Faith-loving viewers, it was a joy to have your company today for Words of Wisdom. Coming up next is Celebrating a Heartwarming Christmas with Supreme Master Ching Hai, Vegan, in Florida, Part 8 of 11, right after Noteworthy News. May you be blessed through your benevolent and noble actions.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/WOW.